Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and in this video I'm coming back at you with the update. I'm actually going to be talking about the update that just came out. Alrighty, so the first one is the gym balance adjustments. They increase stats for NPCs for the following quests, so that's pretty nice. Not much of a big difference right there if it's only going to be like a few missions, but anyways, moving on from there. And then they increase augment XP gain when using these, so you're going to be obtaining even more XP than you originally planned when you're actually using those, to be fairly honest. So yeah, that's that right there. And then we got the Coliseum. I've been waiting for this for a long time. It's really annoying considering that they were supposed to come out with Coliseum and Mobius before Guild Battle, but they didn't. So a lot of people were hoping for Coliseum and Mobius, at least Coliseum, to be fairly honest. I'm not 100% sure about Mobius. I was hoping for both because it's really annoying. Like I said, when you got RGB rushed towards you, but you didn't really get to do Guild Battle or Coliseum. I mean, not Guild Battle or Coliseum. You didn't get to do Mobius or Coliseum. So Coliseum is here. I'm going to be focusing on Coliseum. I really actually completely 100% need the Coliseum medals because I am so like not like really off at all, to be fairly honest, on maxing out my bow to completely UR. As you can see right there, I really only need like, to be fairly honest, I really only need 10 more legend medals, and then I need the Coliseum medals. So right there, as you can see, I am not that far behind and actually maxing out my bow to UR, so that's very nice. So I definitely need to be no life in Coliseum as much as possible. So I'm sorry if I don't come out with 6 rings at the time desired, but Coliseum, I completely got a no life, to be fairly honest, because it's going to be offering those medals, so that way it's going to help me. And what's so not? So yeah, definitely going to be needing my medals for Coliseum, so I'm going to be like going in for the Coliseum as much as possible when I can work around my schedule, to be fairly honest, because my schedule's already kind of jam-packed as it is. Okay, so moving on from there, 10 million download celebration. This is the 10 million download celebration, and then they have the cosmetic shop. They have some stuff in the cosmetic shop to celebrate this. I personally don't really care for this stuff like whatsoever under any circumstance. I personally don't like it. I'm pretty sure a handful of you at least love like the looks of the stuff. I personally don't care for it whatsoever. And then they have the new pet from the one that they had in Japan and what's so not. All you have to do, I believe, is like if you look right here, I believe it's going to be like in the missions, right? In the missions, it's like right here, chat with your pets to receive an exclusive egg. So you can, all you gotta do is do that, and then you're legitimately set right there. So all you gotta do is chat with your pet 5 times, and you're able to get that egg as well. So that's very nice. Okay, so we have the item shop bag. We all know and love the item shop. The item shop is really cheap, to be fairly honest. You're only able to obtain 2 orbs twice during this whole event, but it's easy to obtain orbs. It's definitely cheaper than like way originally plotted for the orbs. So yes, this is an extremely cheap price for the orbs. You get the orbs in the item shop, very nice. And then you can get pastas if you're missing out on pastas, or premium eggs. You can get a crowd ton of premium eggs, or any of the augmenting material, easy augmenting material. To be fairly honest, you can get 5 of these augmenting materials for 2 gems. That is extremely cheap. So the item shop is back, the one we all know and love, because it's really easy to actually like get reforging and augmenting materials from there, because sometimes it can really be a pain to actually obtain some of that stuff, and I am not kidding you with that, like under any circumstance. Like it's legitimately a pain. Anyways, moving on from there, Facebook campaign. I'm not sure what's happening, but the rewards are here and you can actually obtain them depending on if you're like the third, like if you participated, or like if you're the top 3 people. That's pretty much what you're going to be getting. But anyways, moving on from there, yeah, they got a Facebook campaign. I'm not 100% sure what that's about. If you want to click the link, you can. Anyways, moving on from there, we have once a day free shared bonus spawn. And then we got login bonuses. As you've seen when you first logged in, it looks a lot more cleaner. It looks a lot more nice. It looks beautiful, to be fairly honest. To be fairly, like if they done something like that each and every time you're able to log in, that would be like a lot more friendlier for the free to plays out there. That legitimately would, if they had something like that each and every day you logged in. Plus they added extra when it comes to stuff like 10 million downloads and what's not. Personally, I think that would be a better thing. I think that they should really push that, to be fairly honest, because their game again is way too pay to win. That's the #1 issue with this game. This game is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It's just way too pay to win. Like, they got this game down. The idea, the concept was pretty good. It's just, again, way too pay to win. But anyways, moving on from there, And then they have the renewed quests. They're going to be allowing you to obtain the materials easier within these quests down here below. So I guess that's very nice, to be fairly honest, because sometimes that drop rate is unfair sometimes, to be fairly honest. Okay, and then the last thing they have is a new event out. They got King of the Beaumont Row. I cannot say the name right, but anyways, moving on from there, if you're looking to get the summoning scroll, it's legitimately right in front of your face, to be fairly honest. It's going to be in the item exchange rewards. They got an overall reward system, right? And then they have the item exchange reward system. That's pretty much how this is going to play out, to be fairly honest. I'm not 100% sure if they have prestige. I haven't really got to check this event out, to be fairly honest. Nope. They have the item exchange, and then they have the overall rewards. That's legitimately all they have, to be fairly honest. So yeah, this is a pretty straightforward quest, or pretty straightforward event. I don't really need to be talking too much about it, to be fairly honest, of where to get the stuff and what's not. They legitimately tell you how much is going to be and everything within this like system right here. Not the system, but the notice right here. And then they got the Kitty King Cat Stiff. It's a 36 cost. It increases the Sagach gains of all allies by 2, recovers 15 costs for all allies, cast 30% elevation, increase your max HP. And then its awakenings aren't bad either, to be fairly honest. And the last awakening increased stats of all allies by 40 for 60 seconds. This is definitely a good startup free-to-play monster. I personally think the grind's going to be horrific for it. I'm not 100% sure. It all depends on how much you actually need to require to actually obtain the items. Because, like, that's so much to actually obtain all the summoning scrolls. That is legitimately a ridiculous amount. Legitimately a ridiculous amount. But anyways, moving on from there, and on top of it, like, you gotta be spawning and getting like the new gear to get extra time orbs, so that's also more ridiculous than it should be, to be fairly honest, because the only people that really need this are the free-to-plays. The pay-to-wins don't need this at all. Seriously, they don't, especially since there's no prestige rewards. They're not like boosting their own status or anything, so they absolutely have almost no reason to do this besides the overall rankings and what's not. So yeah, this is a good startup monster. If you're like free to play, definitely a good monster. It increases usage gauge. It has the increased stats if you get it to max, and it recovers, like, it's going to recover 25 costs if you can at least get it to its 4th awakening. Not the best stat sticker. It gives them around as much as a 33 gem spawn monster, stat-wise, but it's definitely nice. It's a 36 cost, so it's definitely going to give score, and it has the increased usage gains, and it recovers cost, so that definitely does help out. That definitely does. It's not a bad monster whatsoever. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And then down here, during the time, if you manage to do this quest, you're able to get these faces as well, so that's very, very nice. And then they got a 10 million glass right here if you're able to do the quest as well. A couple times you're able to get all that stuff, so yeah, that is very, very nice. So that's pretty much the event and what's not, and everything I have to say about the update. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the Azrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.